Come on, Belly Beans. Hi, Bella. Good girl. Good girl for coming when you're called. Hey, Vinny. How you doing? How's my farm dog doing? How's my farm dog doing? Oh, and baby farm dog too. All right. All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, the last part of April, something like that, first part of May. I don't even know anymore. I just wanted to do a quick video, nothing important, just kind of showing what we got going on here for the weekend, and one of the projects that we've been working on for the last couple of weeks, trying to schedule out, figure out, get done. But I do want to also put out sidebar, farm fire tonight, farm fire on Saturday night. We usually start at 7. We got a big 6-foot fire ring down there, plenty of cured firewood. We try to get up here on Saturday nights at about 7 until whenever everybody wants to go home. Just so we get on the farm and we have some enjoyment besides just coming up here and working, because otherwise it just kind of seems like a workspace, and we want to make sure that we're enjoying everything we do up here, as well as putting in the physical labor and harvesting and passing on to the community. But we need to have some peace of mind, and this is a great spot for us considering we live down on Jackson Street. It's a great place to come up and kind of recharge and not have it be just a workspace. We also have some hay bales set up there too, so if you're an archer, you're more than welcome to bring up your bow. I do have a high-powered air rifle that I have some air rifle targets down there. We got plenty of backstop, no rounds, no arrows going anywhere besides where they're supposed to be. But yeah, farm fire 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. I know Corinne got some stuff for s'mores. She knows me too well. Okay, back to the project. You might remember this, the concession stand. This was part of the purchase from when we bought the ball field. I'm gonna try to make this quick so it's not super long video. There was not a door on here before. It was open, and we actually had to board it over because some people were using it for not great purposes and leaving kind of trash around and things. So once we boarded it up, that didn't become an issue. What we're doing is turning it into a walk-in cooler. You can do this relatively inexpensively compared to buying a whole walk-in cooler from somebody. So you can take a shed, like just a garden shed, or a stand like this, concession stand. This is exactly what it is. It was just studded out, framed out, boarded in as a concession stand for the ball field when they used to have practice or games up here back when the school owned it. Since we're not doing that, we host girls softball league, the Dubuque Thunder, up here. This is their practice field. They put all the work and the care and the maintenance into it, so we respect that, and we're very thankful that they're part of our little farmstead here. So what I've done is, in preparation for spray foaming all the interior walls, the floor, and the ceiling, is all going to be covered with 4 to 5 inches of spray foam. That'll bring us to an R value of about R25. Now, we don't have to spray as much, but we would have to up the BTUs of the air conditioner that we're going to use to actually cool the cooler. That makes sense. When you up the BTUs of the cooler, you're going to use more utilities. So in Corinne and I's mind, we would rather make that upfront investment of money towards insulation that will last the lifetime of this cooler, rather than consume more electricity, which obviously is going to cost us more in the back end that we then need to compensate for in the front end of sales. But also, from an environmental standpoint, we want to be energy efficient. So we're going to spring for the 4 to 5 inches to the R25 value, which is industry standards for walk-in coolers. And that allows us to go from like an 18,000 or 20,000 BTU air conditioner down to, I think, a 15,000. And even that's, I think, 1,000 or 2,000 over what we need. But that's going to enable the air conditioner to cool it down faster and give us more opportunities to open the door without really affecting the ambient temperature in here. And so it won't work as hard or nearly as often because of the extra insulative characteristics. I've also taken the time to build a new cooler door for this unit, or a new door for the unit, period. It's pretty simple construction, 2x4s on end. We used carriage bolts, again, because we're not out, in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's ever really messed with anything up here, but we got to kind of, we got to keep our work safe and available. So we used carriage bolts that cannot be outscrewed from the outside. They go all the way through the 2x4. Good luck prying those hinges off. They're heavy duty galvanized steel hinges with I think 4-inch or 5-inch carriage bolts. 2x4 blocking all over. And then on the hasp side, let me move this out of the way. So we've got this 1/2-inch barrel hinge here that'll go in the hasp. Now, if you notice that the barrel hinge is also going through the 2x4s bolted from the other side, so there's no way you're going to pry this off. And then also the hasp as well. So when that barrel rotates through there, you're not getting that off. Good luck. And I've got a second one down here that will have 2 locks, and I use, not prepared here, hold on. We use these circular locks here that once they're through that hole, it's very, very difficult to get a bolt cutters in there to cut that hasp or that bar. So if you can imagine, it's on here like that, goes through. Once that's closed, it's going to be really tough for you to use a bolt cutters to get those off. I don't even think you can, because I know we use them on when I rebuilt the sheds for the bunker. That's what we call the bunker. I've got 2 eye bolts with 2 steel bar T's that go through the eye bolts, kind of like the old castle gate style. And then we have the round locks on there. And I'll quick run over here and kind of show you what that is. Laying down on the job again. I see how it is. All play, no work. Okay, so that's what we're saying. Now, if you can get a bolt cutters through there, good luck. And these things are steel black iron pipe, so you're gonna really have to work to get in either of these places. Again, not like we've had that problem, but there has been before we bought this property. So, and our neighbors are real good about keeping an eye out for us. We've gotten calls before where people were not aware that this is now private property and not part of the church ball field. And we had to explain to them that we took this over to run a business out of and for our own personal use as well. And people that ask permission, we allow to come up, like the ball team and things. So security, you just can't be secure enough, especially when you're putting in, 6 months to a year's worth of labor into whatever you're harvesting. We just want to make sure everything stays nice and secure and safe, and we're able to be compensated for our efforts. What we have is an outlet here and a light switch. It's GFCI in a weather-rated box. Also another weather-rated junction box down here. Our electrician has went through and checked out all our wiring, make sure we're using the proper size, wiring it the proper ways, taking the proper precautions, all in conduit. Oh, losing my light here. And then we have a vapor-proof LED light here, which requires very little electricity, and it's got a a cover there that goes up and seals to prevent any moisture infiltration. So that's our lights, our additional power for the air conditioner down here, and also for the CoolBot controller. Now, there's ways that you can rig air conditioners up just by wiring them to operate the same way as a CoolBot controller would enable them to operate. You can do that for probably $100 if you get the right air conditioner and you know what you're doing. There's several YouTube videos out there for small farmers that can't afford a CoolBot controller, which can be anywhere from $300 to almost $400, depending if you get the wireless options or not. Wireless options are cool because if you have the opportunity to hook it into an internet port, you have an app on your phone that when you're at home and something should happen to your cooling system, or if you want to change the parameters of your cooling system and not be on site, you can do that remotely through your phone. I really like that option, but we don't have wireless up here, and I don't know, unless we get the security cameras, I don't know why we would really need that function. As long as it's cooling to the settings that we have it at, that's what we want. So a CoolBot operates on the principle that all air conditioners have a sensor in the front of the air conditioner to sense the temperature of the incoming air. And then once that air temperature is where you had set it, it will then shut the cooler off and allow it to power down into like a defrost cycle. So, and you know, cycling is important. That's why you have to size your air conditioner not too big, not too small. You want it kind of right in the middle. Too small, cools it down too fast, doesn't pull out the moisture. Too big, too big, it pulls out it cools down the space too quickly without pulling out the moisture. So you get a cool, damp condition, and that's not good because that could prohibit or inhibit mold and mildew growth. You don't want it too small because an air conditioner is running constantly. It doesn't have time to go through a shutdown and defrost cycle for the coils, and they could ice over. And now you're going to be running your air conditioner continuously without really the optimal cooling benefit that you're looking for. It's going to be really inefficient and not good. So the air conditioner will be stalled in this cutout here. I've got wind keeps blowing that door shut, sorry. This was the old service window for the concession stand. I got to block it out yet for the size of the air conditioner. And then install the CoolBot, which is just a little controller. It mounts right next to the air conditioner. It's got a couple wires that basically heats the air conditioner's temperature probe, fooling the air conditioner into thinking it's not cold enough yet and it will continue to run. Most air conditioners will only cool down to about 65 degrees, 60 at a maximum. We need to get this down to 40, 38, 36, even 34 degrees, depending on your local food safety requirements. So we've calculated this one out that we could get it possibly even down to freezing. I don't know, but we don't need to freeze anything. So, but it will definitely meet all of our local food safety policy requirements for refrigeration. So that's where the air conditioner will go, and the CoolBot. CoolBot again overrides the temperature sensor, enables the air conditioner to cool the ambient space from X amount of degrees down to 65, which is usually the lowest setting in the air conditioner, but even further than that. And then once the CoolBot senses the ambient temperature is at 65, or I'm sorry, is at, like, let's say we set it at 36. Once it's at 36 degrees, it's going to stop warming that sensor on the front of the air conditioner, and then the air conditioner will shut off and go through its thawing cycle, and has that safety window of 3 to 5 minutes before it'll kick back on, just to enable that thaw cycle. So yeah, and then I got to clean up my mess. So once we get this spray foamed, we're going to go ahead and put the internals in and do all the paint, sealing, things like that. And then we'll be getting hopefully a tow truck here to actually pick up this monstrosity, and then we're going to move it down the mulch road here all the way to the end past the water coolers there. where we actually had Alliant Energy come in. Dave, our electrician, came in, and I helped him set the pedestal, and he did all the wiring on it and everything. And the city inspector came in, inspected it, said it's good to go. Alliant came in, trenched their cable down from the power pole. Aw, look who found a friend. Did you find a friend? Did you find a baby bear? Did you find a baby bear? So anyway, they put their trench in, hooked their main power up to our pedestal, and now it's energized. We have power at that end of the field, guys. I'm so happy because now, as soon as this is done and moved, I can start beginning work on finalizing the irrigation plan, and then start ordering parts and pumps for that as well. So we have a controlled irrigation system that will be fed from our rainwater cisterns. We have about 3,000 gallons of capacity in our rainwater cisterns that those pumps will push to the field for us. If we do ever run out of water and we absolutely need it, we do have the option of asking the fire department. They charge us obviously, but they'll come hook up a hose to the fire hydrants, run a hose down, fill up our cisterns with whatever we need that we think we need to get by with until the next rains. Will fill up the cisterns again, and we've got a constant supply of water, which is definitely helpful, because you never know if you're going to have drought or flood. So other than that, that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now in my projects. Corinne has got a bunch of stuff going on in the gardens, both up here in our main garden from the last 2 years, the new garden there, the strawberry beds, the educational garden, and the 2 rental plots. We've got some hoop houses planned for her educational space with her summer intern program, and then also Convivium's garden that we took over for them, and then our garden at the house. So we're kind of spread out all over the place. It's probably not the most ideal situation, but I think we can handle it. And the fact that we have these opportunities is a blessing in its own. So I'm not complaining. But I'm sure Corinne will give you an update on all her planning. I know she put potatoes in the ground. She's got lettuce and spinach coming up. She's heat killing some of these rows, get the weed seeds killed and suppressed. So I know she's done a bunch of up potting for our tomatoes and peppers and all kinds of good stuff at the house. So, in a few more weeks, those will be ready to put in the ground. I think she's putting in green onions, or has put in green onions last weekend or this weekend. So I'll let her update you on all that. This has been a long enough video. So have a great weekend. Remember, Farm Fire on Saturday. If you want to join us, if you're watching this, you're invited. Stop up, BYOB, bring some marshmallows, some graham crackers, some chocolate, make your s'mores, roast some hot dogs, have fun. If you're an archer and you want to put some arrows down range, we'll move everybody back, cordon off that archery lane, and we'll have some target shooting too. So, yeah, peace and hair grease. Love you guys. I will check you out later.